Hello, welcome back to the R City channel for our FC 26 Manchester City career mode in Season 2, and things have been going a little bit up and down the last episode. Knocked out the Carabao Cup, some bad results, some draws in the league as well, and we sort of fell off our really impressive streak. Also, big things happened in terms of the squad as well, because Jeremy Doku decided that he wanted to leave the club. He's been suspended indefinitely from the side, and also we've got Phil Foden, who picked up an anterior cruciate ligament injury, an ACL injury. He's going to be out for the rest of the season as well. So things not going fantastically well in that sense. Well, let's have a look in today's stuff. What's in store for today's episode. Starting things off with the game at home to Brentford. We're going to play Bournemouth away from home. We're going to simulate Ipswich at home and play Sunderland away. We're going to play Bournemouth again away from home in the Cup. Emirates FA Cup first round draw. Then it's going to be Birmingham at home we'll simulate. And then at home against Real Madrid we will play. Ending the episode into the January transfer window. Whether we make any moves, additions to this squad, I don't think so. But maybe there's going to be moves away. I mean, maybe someone makes an offer for Jeremy Doku. I don't want Doku to leave. But unfortunately, it seems like I haven't got much saying at the moment. He's done something that the club view as something they can't do. There was some sort of suggestion that we rescind his contract straight away, which I don't believe in at all. And it seems like maybe it's a João Cancelo situation where attitude has sort of ruined it, and it seems just not a Jeremy Doku thing to do. I'm very disappointed by it. I really am. We have got an 8-point lead atop the Premier League table over second place Newcastle United. Arsenal and Liverpool there again sort of battling with us to try and win the Premier League title. We do have a game in hand on Arsenal and Newcastle. I think the thing is, we are expected to go on and win this league once again, back to back. Pep Guardiola'S got that in him, but I want to sort of be a bit more visionary towards the Champions League, which is where we've struggled as well. And of course, Erling Haaland, top goal scorer in the league, 23 goals in 17 appearances. I mean, Isak's still scoring ridiculous amounts of goals as well, 15 and 17. That's very good. As is Semenyo's 11 and 15 for us as well. Clean sheets is going to be Lemons, actually, tied with Donnarumma and Nick Pope on 5, and David Raya. But assist-wise, Semenyo with 10, Doku with 5, Shaky with 5. Semenyo's been brilliant. Andrea Cambiaso, he's always been fantastic for Nottingham Forest. So simulation at home to Brentford to kick this episode off, and things have not gone our way at all. A 2-1 defeat to Brentford at home. Milambo scores. It's Semenyo for us, and Echeverri, in fact, who is considered a really key player now for Brentford, and someone who's going to come back from his loan next season, be part of the squad. He gets man of the match, Echeverri, against his parent club, Manchester City. A 2-1 defeat to Brentford. Title race on. Manchester City wake up. Things are really going bad. Foden injured. Doku wants to leave. There is issues off the field, it feels like, and this feels like this is a natural end to maybe Pep Guardiola's time at Manchester City. Let's just try and end it as successfully as possible. We're only at the halfway point. We still want to win the Premier League, still want to win the Champions League. We cannot let this ship sink just yet. Let it come to the end of the season, and then we'll start to worry about stuff like that. So we still have that 8-point lead at the top of the table, despite that defeat in the last one. Liverpool have actually dropped down, and Bournemouth pick all the way up into 4th place. Away we go to the Vitality today to face against Antoine Semenyo's former side, Bournemouth. This is going to be a big one to kick things off. And a lot in the news before this one against Bournemouth about their former man Antoine Semenyo. Average match rating of 8.2. He's got 12 goals so far this season, 10 assists in 16 games. That's, what, 22 goal involvements in 16 games so far in the Premier League. He certainly has been the signing of the summer. Well, Bournemouth have been doing really well. I mean, they have won 3 and drawn 2 of their last 5. They are up into the Champions League place ahead of Liverpool currently at the moment. Looking at that side, it is the sort of expected Bournemouth side that you expect from Aidoni Iraola. I mean, Evanilson in there, Justin Kluivert, Adams and Lucas Torreira, the captain, considered the key men in this side. A young defence, really, with Milivojevic in there, Petrovic, the goalkeeper, Max Aarons has come back into the fold now. Former City man and Azunal on the bench. I mean, it's a good Bournemouth side, and Iraola continues to prove to be one of the best managers in world football, and in this save as well, getting Bournemouth all the way up to 4th place. This is side for Bournemouth today, so of course no Jeremy Doku, so Omar Mouche will start today on that left hand side with Semenyo against his former side and Haaland through the middle. It's Cherki, Rodri and Anderson in that midfield 3. El Hilali and Stones come in for a tied Kusanov and Diaz that miss out on that squad today, so that means Vita Heiss and Matheus Nunes take their place on the bench. Strong City side, it's 1st versus 4th. Arriving are the champions of the Premier League, Manchester City. Pep Guardiola here making a point maybe. We have had a bit of a shaky game, a bit of a shaky sort of episode the last two. Not quite consistent we have been, and maybe this sort of dip which everyone gets within the season upon us now, but hopefully that won't affect us too badly. Guardiola'S side are absolutely fantastic. Bournemouth, they were a bit rocky last season. They had a bit of a drop off in this save. You have to remember they did lose their starting left back, their starting goalkeeper, their starting defensive partnership. They actually spent quite big in Martin Hulmian to come in and be sort of their new holding midfielder. 70 million euros or so for him, and he does start today for AFC Bournemouth. And with that push, they're pushing towards being perhaps the UEFA Champions League side. And with Pep Guardiola's contract's up at the end of the season, and still no sight of perhaps him signing a new one, perhaps Bournemouth's man Guardiola is on the list of possible Manchester City options to replace the man between the board and, of course, the players. The man who leads everything in Pep Guardiola. Maybe Bournemouth Guardiola is the opportunity, is the answer maybe to our question about what happens after Pep Guardiola. I'm not quite sure. Let's see how Bournemouth do line up today. They've made some good signings and actually start very differently to what we expected. So this is the Bournemouth side. They start with, in goal, Alex Ramiro. It's a back four of Wan-Bissaka, Diakite, Hutchinson and Truffet. Torreira and Holmian in the midfield two, with Kluivert, Favre and also Gio Traore in behind Evanlisson, who starts up top. Different Bournemouth side. Semenyo starts against this former team. Towards the end of his City career, contract is up at the end of the season after a one-year extension was signed by City's number 5. A chance for Truffet in behind. Evanlisson into Kluivert. Good start by Bournemouth. Kluivert with a chance, save on Donnarumma. And picked up ahead of O'Reilly by the Italian. Semenyo. Inside goes Semenyo. Rodri. Comes from wide to El Hilali. To Shirky, and El Hilali's taken down their referee. And Shirky onto Semenyo. And Semenyo into the box here. And Antoine Semenyo shot blocked away. Anderson. Rodri. Nico O'Reilly, they're running behind here. O'Reilly across the box towards Marmoush, who takes it well actually under pressure. Anderson. Rodri. El Hilali has made a great run here. It's Antoine Semenyo! And it's off the post by the former Bournemouth man. Anderson. Good play. Shirky. Into Semenyo, and trouble's open up for Bournemouth here. Semenyo. Against Hutchinson. Good back Semenyo. Good feet. Anderson. Over to Marmoush here. Oh, what a goal! What a goal by Manchester City. Facilitated by Elliot Anderson. And finished off by Omar Marmoush. We're going to play a lot of football off that left-hand side for Manchester City. Playing inside. Doku was the man to play that role. Doku's not in there anymore. Doku might not be ever in there again. We don't know what's going to happen with his future. But Anderson just clips it over. Alex Ramiro comes through it. Omar Marmoush is there. And he puts it in the back of the net brilliantly. There's Omar Marmoush. Really good header to get at the end of it. 7 goals now in 12 Premier League appearances. It's 1-0 Manchester City. Trying all right. John Stones, the crunching challenge, but he don't win the ball. Rodri tries to as well, as does Vardio. Still work the way through. Stones again. Traore still. He's still going here. Traore. This could be an absolutely wonderful goal by Traore. Stones, how many opportunities to make the challenge? How many times could City not win the ball back there? Just a Messi-like goal from Traore. Donnarumma can't keep it out. Anderson's struggling a little bit here, and I'm thinking Tajani Reinders really. O'Reilly beats him. Ivan Leeson. Vardio, big challenge on Kluivert. It still goes through to Roman Favre. John Stones is there. Vardio away, City. Last ditch defending, massive. Marmoush, Shirky. Marmoush. Reinders. Oh, there is Erling Haaland. Shirky. Oh, Semenyo's in. Antoine Semenyo should score. How's he not scored? Away from Truffet. Across towards Rodri. Good running by Aitnieri. It's the challenge to Marmoush here. Against Diakite. Reinders. Rodri. Oh, wait to pass it to Semenyo. Didn't pass it in time. He was free in space here. Traore, they bring it away. Back wide to Marmoush here. Onto Aitnieri, keeps the run going. Aitnieri across the box. There is Antoine Semenyo. Keeper cuts it out with Alex Ramiro, and it's another draw for Manchester City. It's another few points dropped, another 2 points dropped, and at the moment, we don't feel like the unstoppable side that we were at the start of the season. We've really taken a dip. Full-time Bournemouth 1, Manchester City 1. We're news of a loan move to happen in the January window, which is upcoming, which will be Kyle Samuel moving to Bristol City on loan till the end of the season. And here's a confirmation of all the players leaving on loan now on the 1st of January. Sangare moves to Las Palmas. Simpson Puzet moves to Sunderland. Mabama moves to West Ham United. Noonan, he moves to Bodo Glimt. Ahmad moves to Spezia. And Kyle Samuel will be moving to Bristol City. I see a transfer window live in 10 to 2 weeks for sure, as fans, clubs and players are waiting for big moves. They could still happen in the January transfer window. What next for Manchester City was 20th place Ipswich Town, a team at the bottom of the Premier League table, and City come away with a 3-1 win, with McCady getting some footfall of himself as well, the young man. It was Savinho scoring after a George Hurst missed penalty. Haaland doubled the lead to make it 2. Ogbene made it 2-1, but Rodri from midfield finished the game off. A 3-1 win, City back to winning ways, and 3 points. And big news here for Napoli captain and former Manchester City captain Kevin De Bruyne. They beat Inter in the EAFC Sports, I don't know, Super Cup anyway, in Italy. And they came away 3-2 winning over Inter. Congratulations to Kevin De Bruyne. Week 18th place Sunderland up next to this Manchester City side. Away to Stadium of Light, an area, a ground in which last season we did get beaten. So we are going to make... keep the team strong, but are going to make some change anyway. So Diaz back to being captain. In that back line with Nunez, Guardiola and Aït-Nouri. Nico starts midfield 3. It's a bit more of a combative midfield 3. Nico, Anderson and Tajani Reinders giving that chance to shine. Marmoush and Savinho in the wide areas. Erling Haaland for middle. Got Makeda, Semenyo, Shirky, Mukasa, El Hilali, Vita Heiss, O'Reilly, Rodri on that City bench. And actually, I think I am going to start Semenyo ahead of Savinho. I don't think it's time for him to be dropped out despite the rating. We'll put Semenyo on that right hand side. Savinho will be on the bench. Because we have got a cup game coming up, Savinho will probably start that one. So here, Manchester City go to the northeast of England to face the Black Cats. It's Sunderland, the Sunderland side who did beat Manchester City in this game last season. Did really well to come out on top. Beat in the last few moments, was it a Brian Brobby winner for Labrisse's side. In the end, they stay in the Premier League table. This year, they teeter in with the relegation zone. In 18th position at the moment and looking to take on top of the table Manchester City. We certainly aren't invincible. We've made our mistakes. We've had our problems. Sunderland will look to try and exploit those issues in the City side if they can do. Out with 2 sides. One side with a real experienced man in that midfield. Granit Xhaka, from a Arsenal man, from a Bayer Leverkusen man, from a Wolfsburg man, and I think a Borussia Mönchengladbach player as well. Very good midfielder, the Swissman. He's really proven to be a fantastic signing for the opposition. However, I don't think he's actually starting today. I think Enzo Lafite starts in the midfield. Let's see how they do officially line up, do Sunderland. So this is a Sunderland start 11 for Regis Labrisse. It is in goal. Robin Roos, who's been a fantastic player for them. Hume, Alderete, Calero and Chirk in the back 3. Captained in the midfield by Daniel Brown, Enzo Lafite, Brobby, Bertrand Traore and Mundle up top. Talibi and Wilson Isidore, 2 of the really attacking options off the bench. You know, a rival of his own as Aït-Nouri is beaten by Traore on this far side. Crosses Guardiola is probably one of our best defenders this season. A chance here for Sunderland. And a header that goes looping just over the bar by Mundle. Anderson. Here's Marmoush. Trouble for the opposition. Marmoush. Erling Haaland off the post. Put it back here. All through. Dealt with by Diaz. Given straight back to Sunderland by Diaz. Here's Mundle. Up to Brobby. Lovely turn by the Dutchman here. And Donnarumma has to push it behind. But we're not creating at the moment. Inside they go. Nunez with a great challenge. Brilliant by Nunez in towards Semenyo. Haaland. And he just cannot get the ball forward at the moment to forward areas. The opposition are doing us every time. Onto Haaland. And City just give it away again. That inventiveness, that creativeness is missing. I mean, Ryan Shirky not in there today. Perhaps that's a mistake. Half time, 0-0 in this wide area. Marmoush into Haaland here. Trouble is brewing for Sunderland. Haaland in. Semenyo attacks it, cleared away. O'Reilly goes and wins it back brilliantly. Marmoush. Reinders. Tajani Reinders! Oh, big save by Roos. Marmoush back into the middle. Semenyo is there off the crossbar. Marmoush on the rebound. 1-0 Manchester City. At the moment, he's the man we look to. Ahead of Erling Haaland, Marmoush is getting the goals. Semenyo cracking the bar. Back out to Omar Marmoush. City did not give up on that opportunity. And O'Reilly wins it back in before that move as well, which is impressive from the young fullback. 1-0 City. Omar Marmoush the goal. And that is more like it. Savinho. White to Nunez here. Mate's News keeps going. Mate's News to Tajani Rangers. Good save by Williamson away. Falls to Nico. Unlucky. Fall to Marmouche. Rangers on the turn. Rangers on the strike. Rangers just wide of the post. McAdoo. Clips one in. Savigno. Cleared away. Shirky back down. That'll be full time though. 1-0 win for Manchester City. A clean sheet. When you're out of form, you've got to grind out results. And the moment we are grinding out results, Haaland isn't scoring. City aren't quite creating. But in fact, what we have seen is Omar Mouche scoring. And City win the game by 1-0. The press conference a lot is about Omar Mamouche, and we've got to celebrate his performance once again. I mean, the man scoring the goal that we need for us. Nunez defending really well on that right-hand side. A clean sheet for this City team, which is big because we haven't found that. But it's very interesting, is it, when we've not been so good in the attacking areas, we're better defensively. When we're better going forward, we're worse defensively. We need to try and find a balance between the two, because today we felt quite solid, but poor going forward. And the side we just faced anyway, Sunderland, they've actually taken Jamai Simpson-Puzzi on loan for us. They now take also Max Elaine on loan, so they are looking to build a bit of City youth defence of their own to try and stay in the Premier League this season. Well, it's Emirates FA Cup action up next to Manchester City, and we go away to AFC Bournemouth to face them again in the FA Cup. Already a 1-1 draw in the Premier League in today's episode. Battaglia will start in goal. It's Helilali, Vita Heis, Kusanov, and Yuri City's back four. A midfield three of Rico Lewis, Nico Gonzalez Anderson. Rico Lewis takes the captain's armband. He captained the youth system, so he'll captain the side today. It's Savigno on the left, McAdoo on the right, and usually going Marmouche to the middle. We're going to go with Oscar Bob in the false 9 role. No Marmouche because he's going to be playing off the left with Doku not playing for us. We've got experience on the bench, the likes of Stones, Nunez, Reinders and Haaland, and impact substitutions. We've got some youngsters in Mafuni, Mukasa and Heskey, and a youngster who's yet to make an appearance to the club but signed this summer in Matija Katovic. He could make his Manchester City debut today. He's been playing very good in the City youth system. One of the only hold midfielders we've got. Well, there he is, Donny Iraola looking on, pulling the strings, the manager, doing a fantastic job at Bournemouth. A 1-1 draw in the Premier League. They're currently in the top 4 in the Premier League as well. A 1-1 draw in Manchester City already in today's episode. Where they go with exactly the same side. They rotate things slightly like we've done. We've rotated heavily this Emirates FA Cup game. This is a big game in store for both sides. City already knocked out the Carabao Cup. Want to go far in this competition. It's also a chance for these not so often used players to get a bit of football. It looks like Bournemouth have actually rotated quite heavily as well, judging by the team that walks out onto the field. Let's see how Iriola's Bournemouth line up today. So they start with Ramiro in goal. It's Truffet, Hill, Diakite, and also Araujo in the back four. Kluivert, Traore and Brooks this time. Traore's got a wonder goal against us. If Allison up top again, it's a similar looking side, the likes of Scott, Adley, Unal on the bench. It's a good side for Iriola's team. I mean, they will cause us problem again today, I'm sure. Ryan Christie. All through. City opened up again here. Kluivert. Vita High. Slow to react, Battaglia. Good save. And away by Ait Nuri out for a throw-in. Big save by Battaglia. El Hilali, great challenge. McAdoo. Oscar Bob. Lewis. Right, wide to McAdoo. Space this far side for young McAdoo. Ryan McAdoo. Ryan McAdoo drags his shot wide. Back into Bob. Anderson. Great ball in behind towards Savigno. And in towards Rico Lewis. And Rico Lewis lifts one and tips over the bar. McAdoo. Good feet from McAdoo. Absolutely brilliant from McAdoo. Wide on towards Savigno. Oscar Bob gets there, and Oscar Bob looks to take it and then shoot. We expect Savigno to be performing on this side. I knew he's going to walk about a little bit. It is Brooks against Kusanov. Inside they go, Kluivert. Chance for Evan Nielsen! And Bournemouth take the lead. First time they make a breakthrough really through us, and Evan Nielsen scores. One appearance in the FA Cup, because it's the opening game in the FA Cup. One goal. Found. I mean, El Hilali is worried about Traore. He bangs in the top corners, the Brazilian. That's a great challenge. Right here, look at the space of Oscar Bob. And here's Oscar Bob for City. And Bob plays Haaland, who's yet to score in today's episode, Erling Haaland, and that's why. Hill. Really well played by Hill. Need to make more changes here. Nico across the midfield, good tackle. Into Haaland. In behind to McAdoo. He's away from Truffet. Ryan McAdoo. Ryan McAdoo, the youngster, scores for Manchester City and levels things up. That's why he's staying in the field, Ryan McAdoo. His first appearance in the FA Cup and his first goal. Brilliant from the youngster. Gets his way through, wriggles away from Truffet. And it's one in the back of net. There's Ryan McCady for 1-1. Big goal this time of the game. And a very nice finish from Ryan McCady. Brooks. Nuri. Well, Van Lissen with a chance! Oh, you donkey, Nuri. 2-1 Bournemouth. Ryan Nuri's terrible. I don't need to see it. That's terrible from Ryan Nuri, and Bournemouth get one back. And this will be the last game for some of these players. We're not in the FA Cup. Van Lissen in for the hat-trick. Kassanov takes it. Eli Lally fluffs it. Brooks. Van Lissen! Oh! To finish the game with his hat-trick, he misses. Heskey. In behind. Narrow angle for Erling Haaland. Rangers with the rebound! There you go, 2-2. Tajani Reinders with a late one. Big goal from Tajani Reinders. Massive goal for Manchester City in the Emirates FA Cup. Haaland hits it. Reinders gets the rebound. Haaland hits it with a lot of power. He made sure if Ramiro keeps that one out, that he'd be there to put it in the back of the net. And he is there to put it in the back of the net. Unfortunately, can't see the replay. Nunes for El Hilali's not quite the change I want to make. Well, it is extra time in the Emirates FA Cup. 2-2 between the two teams. Wide man. That's El Hilali. Lovely feet from Kleiber. Ivan Nielsen again. Peter Heiss to tackle the box. Ryan Christie, great feet. Bournemouth score. Brilliant feet from Ryan Christie. 3-2 Bournemouth in extra time. Just so difficult to defend against. Top to Heskey. Takes it past Holmian. Brilliant from the youngster Heskey. Heskey into the box here. Back to Haaland. Oh, Ramiro saves it. Haaland should score. Somebody run. Reinders does. Cross to Haaland. Poor by Reinders. And that is it. We're out of the Emirates FA Cup. What is going on at this side at the moment? We've hit our worst patch of the season and just cannot get out of it. Things going off, off the field have caused us problems. The Doku situation I'm not happy with. And Manchester City are out of the Emirates FA Cup in round 3. In our first appearance in this competition, we're out. Just the Premier League and Champions League to play for now. I have no idea what's going on. Well, these youngsters, they must know now. They're not going to get much football. That is it. So maybe some loan moves are going to happen in this window because they're not going to be playing much football. Bournemouth 3, Manchester City 2, out of the FA Cup. Well, Manager of the Year award is set to be given out. Surely it's going to Pep Guardiola. David Beckham to read out the winner. Is it Pep Guardiola? It is Pep Guardiola. Manager of the Year goes to Manchester City's manager, deservedly so. Last season, won the Premier League, won the Carabao Cup. Didn't go particularly well in the Champions League though. Maybe this year that's different, but we're already out of the FA Cup, we're already out of the Carabao Cup. We've not been doing well in all competitions. We are top of the Premier League. Congratulations to Pep Guardiola on that award. Up next was 19th place Birmingham City at home for Manchester City. A game we simulate, and a game once again we fall short. Haaland yet to score in today's episode. They open the goal scoring at the Etihad. Marmoush got an equaliser at 1-1. Ben Wilmanson made it 2-1 to 19th place Birmingham City. It took a late goal from Antoine Semenyo to get us the points. Points shared with Birmingham City once again down 19th place. Manchester City are way out of form, and Pep Guardiola needs to do something to wake up this City side. Well, one for the giant transfer window is Mirza Katovic. He's going to move to Hull City for 6 months on loan to the end of the season, get some first team football. And the final game of this episode is not an easy one at all because it's Champions League action and we take on Real Madrid. Considering the form we're in, I am really worried about this one. We're going to celebrate Cherki's form. We're going to be very positive in the press conference and hope these players can be positive as well because the performances we've been putting in the last 2 episodes have been really poor. But off the field issues with Doku and other players seem to have affected it. The injury to Foden, everything has come crashing down at the moment for Pep Guardiola's side. Now in the UEFA Champions League we are in an automatic qualification place because we sit in 10th place on 11 points. However, if we were to beat Real Madrid today, that would put us up to 14 points. So we would be level on points for Real Madrid. Real Madrid in a qualifying position on 14. However, they've only played 6 games. And we've actually only played 6 as well. So that would put us up onto 14 points and put us in a good position to finish in the top 8. I mean, Bodo Glimt are doing fantastic. One of our players actually, in Noonan, has joined them on loan to the end of the season. So that's good to see. I mean, it wouldn't be crazy if they automatically qualified. I think we can nick probably their place with the other sides up there. Arsenal, Liverpool, Paris Saint-Germain, Dortmund, Atleti, all very good teams already. So this is side for Real Madrid today, with some big decisions made by Pep Guardiola. So Donnarumma starts in goal. It's El Hilali, Kusano, Vardiol, and near the back four. No Diaz, he's tired. No Stones, he's tired either. Peter Heiss on the bench for that reason. Captain Roger, Ryan Shirky, and Tajani Reyners in the midfield three. Semenyo on the right, Marmoush on the left, and Erling Haaland for the middle. No Savinho on the squad, he drops out. It is Ryan McKennie who takes his place on the bench. Hopefully, that youngster can make more of an impact than we've seen from Savinho. Haaland yet to score in the episode. Let's do it now against Real Madrid. Now at the Etihad for some massive Champions League action. Today, a win for Manchester City will get us up into the automatic qualification stage in a Champions League campaign that hasn't been great at all. We've gone out the FA Cup in the last two episodes. We've gone out the Carabao Cup. This City side are failing. This City side are struggling despite being top of the Premier League. And we need to go far in the Champions League to prove in what could be Pep Guardiola's last season, unconfirmed whether he signs a new contract, what we achieve. And with that, we need to make sure we can sort of relaunch our season here. I think a win over Real Madrid will bring the confidence back to the side. Hopefully, get the side firing again. And get Erling Haaland firing again, this City side firing again. Because we want to finish automatic qualify, win and go far in the Champions League. We need to win the Champions League this year. I want to get my hands on that European trophy. Real Madrid with a strong side, managed by Xabi Alonso. Line led by the likes of Kylian Mbappe and Vinicius Jr. and Rodrigo, another really, really serious talent. I don't think Vinicius starts them today. I don't know if there's an issue with him at the moment. The similar issue that we've got with Jeremy Doku. Let's see how Real Madrid do line up to take on City at the Etihad. So there is the City side looking to relaunch our season here today. We've hit a really bad rut of form though over the last month or so, last 2 months, after flying high in the Premier League and all competitions. There's a Real Madrid side that we take on, captained by, in fact, Jude Bellingham. Let's see how they do line up with former Bournemouth man Dean Howson in there. Trent Alexander-Arnold, the former Liverpool man, in there as well. No Vinicius Jr., which is a shock. And if he's on the bench, it's an even bigger shock. So Xabi Alonso goes like this. Vinicius Jr. on the bench, missed out today. So Courtois starts in goal. It is Trent, Huysen, Rudiger in the back line, Valverde in there as well, Jude Bellingham the captain, and Mbappe up top, but no Vinicius Jr. He's left on the bench. That's not going to go down well with Vinicius at all, is it? Left out for such a big game. I knew he's a foul on Marmoush there. Play on, Haaland, Marmoush again down this left-hand side. Marmoush should just prefer him for the middle, but that's how it is. Haaland. It's Reyners again. Reyners once more, another save from Courtois. Behind for a corner. Reyners is playing really well at the moment. Going to find our feet again. Jude Bellingham here. Good feet from him. Or past Kusano with great feet, Bellingham. Vardiol in there, finds Mbappe! What a block by Ryan Nuri. Massive credit to him. Giving him that chance today. What a block by Nuri. Wow. Out to it. El Hilali. Semenyo. Shirky. Look at that space in that far side. Reyners onto Marmoush here. Across the box. Haaland for his first goal of the episode. There we go. 1-0 on the biggest moment. He stepped up here. He strolled throughout the episode early. Haaland gets his first goal. Pulled across to him by Omar Marmoush. Good play by Ryan Shirky. Switching the play out to Nuri. Or Reyners it was. He flicks it on. Big goal for Erling Haaland. 1-0 Manchester City lead Real Madrid. Well, after performance and form we're in, to beat Real Madrid will be a bit of a shock. And he's lost out to Valverde here cheaply. Mbappe's quick. Counter Brian Diaz. Little swift little spin there. Ball in behind. Kusanov misses the header. Bellingham's in. Oh, Kusanov. 1-1. His 5th goal of Champions League. He's prolific as well, Jude Bellingham. And he scores at the Etihad. Kusanov here has got to do better. Is he fouled? I don't know. I don't think so. I think he's just weak. He's been absolutely floored by Bellingham there. Rush things into Rodri. Back to Kusanov. Towards the Rangers. Nice ball. Marmoush. Ryan Nuri, good running. Nuri into the box here. Haaland's there again! 2-1 Manchester City. And Haaland scores again here. Well, Nuri's had a fantastic game today at left back. 2-1, City in front. Against the side from Spain that are one of the best teams in world football. Marmoush in behind. Ryan Nuri there. Cross the box. And Erling Haaland finishing off. Where has this City been today's episode? Where has this City been today's episode? Good finish from Erling Haaland. Where's this Erling Haaland been this episode? 2-1 Manchester City. Back in front near half-time. And that is half-time. Come on, we've got the lead. Let's keep it in that second half now. Away from Bellingham. Keeps it away from Bellingham brilliantly, Shirky, and got the flair to do that as well. El Hilali. Shirky is in here. Riyad Shirky! 3-1 Manchester City. And Manchester City's number 10 on the biggest stage shows its quality. Wow, what a celebration as well. Chest to chest with Moonbeam. I don't know what he's doing. 3-1. What a ball by El Hilali. Shirky at the heart of it as well. And then what a finish at the end of it from Riyad Shirky. What a goal. What a bit of play from City's number 10. Who's running the show from midfield. Beats Courtois. 3-1 Manchester City, and what an insane celebration as well to finish it off for the Frenchman. Sort of play you just want in your defence, Guardiola. So good in the ball as well. Shirky puts him open. Semenyo. Oh, he's offside. On a ball by Shirky. Antoine Semenyo thought he was going to get a Champions League goal for himself there, or at least set Erling Haaland up for a hat-trick. And here comes Vinicius Jr. now for Brahim Diaz. So Xabi Alonso decides to bring him on late. We know there's a bit of a problem between those two. Xabi Alonso and Vinicius Jr. Uses his pace well. Off he goes, Mbappe, and Cristiano's trying to stay with him. Now the Gula. That's Cristiano. And Mbappe, he's got Bellingham in the middle. And Mbappe onto Jude Bellingham, and a great finish from Bellingham. 3-2, what a goal. Oh dear, let's not panic, but that's brilliant. Mbappe there. Guardiola, I dived in, I shouldn't have done. And then what a finish by Bellingham across Donnarumma as well. Wide to Semenyo. Wide towards Aït-Nouri. Back into Semenyo. Oh, lovely back heel. Shirky on the right foot. Oh, it's the chest of Rudiger. El Hilali, oh, and Bellingham, so much space for Vinicius Jr. on the far side. And he works it out too, and Cristiano's up against him now. Vinicius Jr. Pull it back to Bellingham. Good feet, Mbappe! And there you go, 3-3. Oh, the quality of the opposition's too much for us. And as soon as we give it away there with El Hilali, I knew I was going to get punished. Good finish by Mbappe, 3-all. He's quick. So is El Hilali. You can't stop him. Valverde crossing towards Jude Bellingham! Oh! Tipped over the bar by Gigi Donnarumma. Oscar Bob. Oh, Oscar Bob, you rubbish. Not good enough for this level, maybe. Mbappe, Cristiano, what a challenge. Shirky, do not blow that whistle. Shirky, through to Haaland, what a ball, Haaland's in! To win the game! Erling Haaland with the hat-trick in the 93rd minute to get us all 3 points against Real Madrid. Riyad Shirky with the pass, inch perfect, pinpoint. And Erling Haaland, who's had a bad episode, a really bad episode, scores a hat-trick. He saved all his goals up for this one. What a shame we can't see it. What a shame we can't see it. What a ball by Shirky. Haaland makes no mistake. Manchester City get a massive 3 points in the Champions League, and this, hopefully, is a result that restarts the form we were in at the start of the season. Full-time whistle goes. Manchester City 4. Real Madrid 3. A hat-trick for Erling Haaland. A superstar performance from him up top. A hat-trick in the Champions League. And Riyad Shirky in the middle, who was absolutely electric. The episode isn't over yet because we will be doing a analysis of this particular game. I saved it for this one because why not? What heroics there from Erling Haaland and Riyad Shirky. And that is massive in the UEFA Champions League for Manchester City. So massive result, massive performance against Real Madrid, and deservedly so. The likes of Riyad Shirky and Erling Haaland get big ratings because they were absolutely incredible in that game. And Haaland, a hat-trick against Real Madrid when we know we've got to get 3 points to perhaps qualify automatically in the Champions League. And then Riyad Shirky was a goal and also the creative maestro. I mean, that ball at the end to Haaland was absolutely incredible. And City beat Real Madrid. City absolutely could relaunch our season there. That affects some of the ratings in our best 11. You can see there, Riyad Shirky high now, as Erling Haaland is high in the ratings, and possibly battling together for the best analysis player of the season, this Manchester City side. That ends the episode. Please like the video if you're new. Please do subscribe to the channel if you are new. Consider joining the We Are City Members Club to see these videos extended and early. A bit of a rocky patch we're in at the moment, but I'm hoping into the next one we'll get past it, and there's also going to be some transfers. We'll see you next time.